Hi, Susan here. In one easy lesson, you'll learn which fruits need pre-treatment and which don't. Pre-treatment simply consists of either spraying with lemon juice, steaming, or blanching. Only apricots need a sweetening bath. It's very easy to dehydrate fruit, and I'm here to show you how to do just that. With most fruits, it's simply a case of wash, peel, slice, and dehydrate at the fruit setting on your dehydrator, which is between 125 degrees and 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Of the 14 fruits, the following 6 are the easiest: cherries, citrus, which is lemons, limes and oranges, grapes, melons, plums and strawberries. So let's go over these 6 in a little more detail. Cherries, wash and stem them, cut them in half and put on your trays. They'll take between 18 to 26 hours and they'll be leathery when dehydrated. Citrus, simply wash them well and slice and dehydrate them. Keep their rinds and grind them up later into powder. Avoid eating the white pith, that's the bitter part. They'll take between 2 to 12 hours and will be very brittle and extremely lightweight when fully dehydrated. Grapes, yay, raisins. Wash your grapes. If you dehydrate grapes whole, be prepared to wait up to 36 hours for your raisins. Whoa, here's a tip. Cut them in half, put them on your trays, place them cut side up to avoid the drips down into the lower trays, and then they'll only take between 6 to 10 hours. They'll be pliable when fully dried. Next up, melons, such as watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew. Melons are super easy. Cut the rind off, slice into evenly sized pieces and dehydrate away. They take between 8 to 20 hours, as they do contain a lot of water, as you know. They'll be pliable when fully dried. Plums. Wash them, cut them in half, remove the pit and push them inside out so that all the fruit is exposed. Now then, plums take between 12 to 30 hours depending on the variety you use. They'll be leathery when done. Strawberries. Wash them, hull them, which is taking the top off and the core with a paring knife, then either cut them in half or slice them evenly. Place them on your trays. They'll take between 6 to 15 hours and will be crisp and a bit leathery when fully dehydrated. Now we'll move on to the fruits that need pre-treatment. The fruits that need spraying with ascorbic acid. Got you worrying now. Ascorbic acid? Don't worry, that's what the commercial dryers use. But for what? Good question. The ascorbic acid prevents browning of certain fruits. You know how apples quickly turn brown when cut and exposed to the air, and ascorbic acid takes care of that by slowing down the enzymatic action. But for us at home, we can simply use lemon juice. And I use the Real Lemon brand that comes in a plastic bottle with a spray top. It can't get much easier than that. Now here are the fruits that need spraying with lemon juice. Yes, apples, bananas, peaches and pears. Okay, let's go over these 4 individually. Apples, peel and slice or dice, place in a glass bowl and liberally spray with the lemon juice and toss them to coat. Arrange in your dehydrator trays. Apples take between 4 to 10 hours to become fully dried and will be pliable. You can dehydrate them a bit more if you want crispy apples. Bananas, unzip them, slice into chips or lengthwise to make some amazing cinnamon roll-ups. Spray with lemon juice in a glass bowl. Arrange on your dehydrator trays, and your bananas will take between 6 to 12 hours and will feel a bit on the leathery side when fully dried. Peaches. First peel the fruit and take out the pits from the peaches. Slice these fruits as evenly as you can. Put them in a glass bowl and gently spray and toss them with lemon juice. Peaches take between 6 to 12 hours and will be pliable when fully dehydrated. Lastly, pears. Peel and slice, spray with lemon juice in a glass bowl. Arrange on your dehydrator trays, and pears take between 6 and 16 hours and will feel pliable when done. Okay, let's continue with fruits that need sweetening. And basically it's just apricots. You sweeten apricots by making a simple syrup. First, prepare your fresh apricots by washing them, cut them in half and remove the pits. Next we will syrup blanch the apricots by preparing a mixture of 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of light corn syrup and 2 cups of water. Bring it to a boil in a heavy saucepan, then add no more than 2 pounds of prepared fruit to the pan and simmer gently for around 10 minutes. Let them cool in the syrup in the pan for about half an hour. Then lightly rinse with cool, clean water. Arrange them on your dehydrator trays and they'll take between 8 to 16 hours and they'll be pliable when fully dried. Next up are fruits that need steaming, and we only have one contender in my top 14 fruits, that is, and that's rhubarb. So why steaming? Steaming breaks up the tough outer skin, which makes dehydrating more easily achieved. Cut the rhubarb into roughly 1-inch chunks. Make them as evenly sized as possible so they dehydrate at a uniform rate. Just steam them until they are slightly tender. Don't stew them. Next, put the rhubarb on your trays and they'll take between 6 to 14 hours and will be leathery when done. Next up, fruit that needs blanching. And again, one contender, berries. Well, okay, berries such as blueberries and cranberries need blanching, which creates cracks in their outer berry skins, making it easier for dehydrating and rehydrating. Blanching is where you take the small amounts of boiling water and you dip the berries in them, just in and out. Next, put them on your dehydrator trays and dry them for 10 to 18 hours until leathery. Here we are with the favourite of young and old alike, fruit roll-ups. They are a favourite snack and are a great way to use up old fruit, if you will. Be creative, use bananas and strawberries, or melons with bananas, or whatever you feel mixes well together. Blend them in your blender until it's pretty smooth, but don't be alarmed when the mixture turns brown, as this is the oxidation at work. Spread the pureed fruit out on solid dehydrator sheets that can be bought specifically for this purpose. The fruit rolls can take between 4 to 8 hours to fully dry. Carefully peel off the fruit leathers off the trays and cut into quarters. Roll them up and enjoy. A little note here, you can use vegetable oil and gently wipe the trays over prior to pouring on the puree, and this helps immensely in removing the fruit leathers from the solid sheets. An interim step to take after dehydrating all fruits, and it's called conditioning. Conditioning simply means putting your dehydrated fruit in Ziploc bags overnight on your kitchen counter. If you live in a hot climate, please put them in the refrigerator overnight. The point of all this is to let the drier pieces of fruit absorb a bit of the moisture that might be left in the damper pieces. Also, this is a great way to be completely sure that they are dry enough to be vacuum packed. For thick pieces of fruit, simply slice a piece and check to see if there's still a lot of moisture inside it. Well, for the record, some fruits won't be completely 100% moisture free, like prunes, which start out as plums, and that's why they are still pliable when fully dried. If we dehydrate foods too fast by using a higher temperature setting, this doesn't help. In fact, it hinders. Why? Foods dehydrated on too high a temperature end up with case hardening, which means the exterior is tough and dry, but unfortunately the centre of the food is still moist. So, why does this matter? If we attempt to vacuum seal damp food, we do run the risk of mould growth occurring, and we certainly don't ever want that to happen. Now then, let's get to the rehydrating of the fruit. If you want to make apple or peach pies, for instance, you'll need to rehydrate your fruit. This is simply a case of putting your fruit in cool, clean water in the refrigerator overnight until the fruit is like new again. Now then, the ratio of water to food is usually 2 to 1, that is 2 parts water to 1 part food. However, if you need to add more water, do so. Okay, that's it for fruit. I'll see you over in the veggie section.